All right. Welcome to the video for class of 2020 or first time freshman for Napa Valley College. So, in this little maybe short video, I'm going to be showing you how to complete the 5 steps to enroll to the college and what you need to do in order for you to be a student there. So, to start off, here are the 5 steps to enroll, and I will go over each step in depth, sort of. Step one is obviously apply for admission. You want to go ahead and click this link, and it will take you right to the California Community Colleges application. And if you're a first-time student, you never had an account with CCC, you want to go ahead and create an account. And once you create an account, you're gonna make sure you have a Gmail account pre-set up already, just in case if you lose application, it can send you it to your current email. You're gonna go to begin creating my account, and then it's gonna ask you your name, all this information that it needs to know. It's gonna ask for your social security number, and you're going to enter all this information. And then once you are done creating your account, you're going to go ahead and start the whole application process as to which school you're going to attend and all of that. So then once you've completed everything, you should be getting an email within the first 24 hours after your application has been submitted. And once your application has been submitted, you will be getting your college email and a temporary password. Those you can go ahead and use to go on to step two. So step two is complete an orientation. And to complete an orientation, you are going to want to go into Canvas. So for me, it's just my NVC login. And then once it says right there, you can go ahead and start. You can go ahead and go all the way down to the page and click Canvas Online. And then you're going to want to click Sign In. For your first time, it's going to ask you if you put in your email and password, your temporary password, and then before you even get to see this page, it's going to ask you to make a new password. So once you make a new password, you'll be set up to go, and this is Canvas right here. Canvas, right now for me, is not very exciting, as it says right up here in this little bar. It tells me that I don't have any classes because I obviously haven't been signed up for one yet. So once you have your classes, everything will show up here. But for the orientation, it will show up right here once you've logged in. And then for me, I've already taken the orientation last spring. So then right here, it's the NVC online orientation. Depending on the semester you applied, it will say 19 SP. For me, it's 19 spring. And then once you have gone into the homepage, it will just give you like a brief overview of how to click into modules. Modules are like units, basically. It'll give you links to your math and English assessment, which I will talk about later, and registering for classes, which I will also talk about later. Financial aid, I will hit in another video, not this one, because I do not know everything just yet, but it's a process. So then, once you go onto the next little tab, it's syllabus. The syllabus is basically your teacher's course title, course number, section, and then it'll give you like a description of the course, what the teacher's expecting of his or her students, and then meetings, everything you need to know will basically be in the syllabus. This may be on here, or they'll just drop a link to the syllabus, which will be on Microsoft Word mainly. So then, when you go into modules, modules in college are basically units. So once you have gone into modules, you'll see Napa Valley College new student orientation. It'll give you the overview, and then it'll give you a little mini lesson to start here. And then once you enter each section of the orientation, there will be a financial aid help right here on Unit 5 or Module 5. Choosing your academics goals, and then after each little lesson, it will give you a quiz. So after it gives you a quiz, you have to score at least 10 out of 10, which is given right here in this little section. It says score at least 10, which means you have to get 100% on the whole orientation in order for it to be complete. So in order for it to be complete, as I mentioned, you're going to want to get 100% on everything. And then if you go down to grades right here in this little bar, you're going to go ahead and see all of your grades for each quiz that you've taken or each assignment. And you do want to make sure that you hit 100% in the Napa Valley College orientation. That's how it shows your counselors that you've done it, so that way they can say, oh yeah, this person has done all of their work for the 5 steps. Well, step 2 at least. And then as you can tell, everything you have to get 100% right here. And then it will show you a grade, but this will not go into your transcript in any form. It will just show your counselor that you've done it. So then you want to do, after that, you look at everything by due date, assignment group, just depending on your grades. And then you can also print an overview of your grades once you have them all here. And then next little button down here is the calendar button on the side. And that button is basically going to tell you a monthly, weekly, or an agenda view of your assignments or due dates, which your teachers will put in Canvas given each assignment. So once your teachers have put in due dates, it'll show up on the calendar. You can also add your own up here with the plus button, which will allow you to create your own event. Like for example, let's say EOPS meeting, and you put the date and time determined, and you can put location and then which calendar it's under, and that'll be that, and they can show up. But since I don't have an actual EOPS meeting, okay. So then let's go back to the NVC main page. Once you have completed the orientation at 100%, you're going to go ahead and go to step 3, which is determine your English and math placement. And then on the Napa Valley College website, there is a button, just look up math and English placement. But for step 3, it'll just give you the link, make it very easy. So visit Testing and Tutoring Center, click Math and English Placement Tool, and then you're going to go ahead, since I've already completed it, it just tells me previously right here. It says, given my information, what you're going to do here is you're going to determine you're a senior in high school or you're going to be like a first-time freshman, and just click the option that is for you. And then you're going to go ahead and enter which classes you have taken for math and which classes you have taken for English, and you're going to submit your GPA and grades for each semester of that course. And then it'll take you to the required courses. And if it says right here, your math intensive field, like if you're in a BSTEM major, which is business, science, technology, engineering, and math major, this is the recommended courses right down here. And if you're going to a non-BSTEM major, you're going to want to take statistics, which my counselor advised to me to do. Or you can take math concept for teachers if you're going to be you're going to have an associate's you're going to have an associate's degree for transfer in elementary teaching. So then your English placement right here, it tells me that my English placement, it wants me to take English 95 with English 120, which means that it will help me, like a support class basically, for English 120, which my counselor advised for me. And he said to take English 90, which is preparing me, which I know myself that I need help. So I would want to take English 90 before I take English 120 with 95. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna go to next step, and you're gonna go to take me to my placement form to request my placement, because that will send your placement to your counselor, or to it will be on your record. So when you do have a counseling appointment, which is step 4, you're going to want to send it over to your record in order for your counselor to help you determine your placement for classes, because trust me, they know what they're doing. So they will give you a right class. All right, let's go back to the main page. All right, so then after let's go back here. You're going to do step 4. Step 4 is you're going to visit the counseling center, and you're going to just email the counselor and ask that you want to do your ed planning, your educational plan, which this in depth, they will, my counselor, for example, last Friday, we talked and he gave me a bunch of programs or clubs he wants me to be a part of, or anything that will be very beneficial to me. And he also gave me, he looked at my tier, which he'll explain, for my placement in each class, and he put it in my educational plan. So I already have a class for the summer, and I already have and I already have 4 classes for the fall, which are very useful because the counselor will tell you everything you need to know. Um, so yeah, once you have completed an educator, so once you have done step 4, which is do your educational planning, you're gonna go on to step 5, which means you are ready to register and pay for all of your classes. So this is where WebAdvisor comes in. WebAdvisor is your friend. WebAdvisor has all of your information, has all of your financial aid. It has all of, like for example, register for classes. Let's go to login right over here. So once you have entered WebAdvisor, once you have logged in with your email and password you created after you applied for admission, you're going to go down to the current student button, which should be highlighted because we are current students. And this is basically an overview of your personal account. So you're going to, if you forget user ID, your password, change your password, you can do that right here in this little user account information tab. Financial aid self-service, this will actually give you your financial aid offer if you already have it. So if you have a financial aid self-service button right here, you want to click on it and make sure you have your offer. Make sure if you need required documents, for example, my account needs verification, make sure you know what you need because this will send the right information to the college and they'll be able to help you a lot more if you complete all of the required steps. Communication, email your advisor, your counselor that you talked with. That's right there. That's that button. My documents. That's also some personal information in there. Financial profile. This is important. Pay on my account. This tells you your balance or how much you owe to the college for classes, materials, anything in general. So T forms, I really don't know what that is. Student tax. You really want to put in your student tax. If you work, you need to put in student taxes into the college so they know that you're working and they can get your information. So you want to view your account, make payments. That's all if you have outstanding balance. Student financial account summary, financial aid self-service, which is the same button up here. Student resources is the student code of conduct and the student grievance procedure. So you want to make sure you review all of this right here. And then you want to go to educational planning. Register via your student planning. You want to click this button and it will just say, okay, here are the classes, here's the semester, and you can register via the plan that you've created with your counselor. E-advising right here is basically just looking at your plan. This is just looking at what you got. And then your academic profile, this is once you're in the college, you want to check this often. Grades that you have currently, grade your GPA by your term, transcript, like not an official transcript view, but just like a transcript view. And then if you want to order official transcripts, you have a button here, track your status of your order, transcript order. Test summary, this will show you your math and English placement if you've done it. It'll be in here. My profile, that's basically your information that you have within the college and your class schedule. So for example, if you have classes you signed up for, you can go ahead and view your class schedule here. And then this is step number 5 that we're looking at right now. Register and search for sections. This is where you will actually select your classes and everything else. Let's say we're starting in fall semester of last year. Let's say we want to look up biology. You can look up multiple subjects: astronomy, business, arts, chemistry. Let's say we're trying to register for these specific classes in general. And if you want to narrow it down and you know which course number, like for example, biology 100, 101, 102, you want to put that in here. Let's put 101 and see if it exists. Astronomy, business, arts, chemistry 120, for example, which is what I need to take for my general ed courses. You want to submit that and you want to go ahead and look. So arts, you have all here, all this. And just in case if you do end up wanting to take a class and you're like, okay, this works for me, you click the little check button and you go on to each course and do that for each course. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and submit and it'll take you to this page. So for example, I already have some pre-selected courses for the fall semester of 2020, and you're going to go ahead and click on the action. You're going to click on the blank and you're going to want to put register for each course. So once you do that, you submit. but at this time I can't do it because this is last semester, obviously. But usually it would take you to a summary of how much your classes would be, how much you would have to pay. And then once you have that, you want to make sure you talk to your counselor about how to apply your financial aid, if you have any, into here. And if you do end up paying, it'll just say pay this, and it'll have a page where you can put your information to pay for all of your classes. So that's mainly it for this part of my video. So if you guys have any other questions, I do have a Google form which I will link in the description box so you guys can fill it out. You guys, if you guys please fill it out, it'll help me narrow down to what else I can put in this video or for a upcoming video. So just make sure you fill out that Google form for me. And yeah, thank you for watching.